All right. Shalom Yashala. Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Waha Rakak Wadash Brakathum. I like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akion pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Akwat that they're listening. What I like to get into is just and this truth within itself, just patience. Because the Lord, hey, the Lord is not playing, and the Most High's words are very true. We're seeing things come to pass, and we just have to be patient. You know, the Lord is working on His time as He sees fit. But by us being patient, hey, those who obtain the faith and truly believe on Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, there'll be good money through the Spirit. You Akyam and you Akwat out there, you'll be good money through the Spirit. Because it's all about faith. I have faith. Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is going to come back, and he's gonna save the elect. I believe he's gonna come back, get that lick back, as stated in the scriptures. Okay. So, we all truthfully feel that way, and if you got some type of inkling or doubt, man, fast, pray, do what you need to do, some self-reflection. But you gotta what? You also gotta examine thyself, man. Examine thyself that you be in the faith. And matter of fact, it's always according to the Spirit, right? This is Second Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. And that's a question. And except you be reprobates. You know what I'm saying? If you truly believe Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is in you, keep pushing, man. Keep going towards that goal. Because we're gonna deal with infirmities. We're gonna deal with particular thoughts that are gonna creep in, and you're just gonna have to fight. And guess what? As long as you continue to fight, I believe one of my last lessons was actually on that. The Most High is gonna fight for you, man. If you're not willing to fight, why would the Most High be willing to fight for you, man? So you have to keep that in mind. You have to continue to fight, and the Most High is going to continue to fight for you. Okay? Let me reread that last part. Except ye be reprobates. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, But verse 6, but I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates. And that's the mindset you have to have, man. Or unless you're just trying to finagle your way out of responsibilities pertaining to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. We're in this flesh. You pissed off. Satan creeps in. You thinking you're missing out, and we all see the world very clear and where it's at. Even people who are of the world, they know they know this shit is trash, and the only place, I'm sorry, the only way for this place to go will be up in flames. And that's prophecy. You dig? So I just really want to touch on that, man, during this lesson. This is James chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of the Most High and of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Okay, and that's another indicator of who Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is coming for. Okay, let me read that part again. To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Okay, This is for the Israelites. Okay. Verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations. Okay. And once again, this it just goes back to we had a heavy spiritual conversation last night, and it was, as per usual, it's always a blessing for our apostles, bishops, and elders, man, to exhort, man. That's always a blessing, man. You know, it's all, once again, this truth ain't about cursing 2/3 of our people out. First and foremost, this is a duty of ours to do. Okay. For those brothers and sisters who they know something ain't right, but in their spirit, hey, that's why we're out there, because the Lord ordained us to do such, to work out our own salvation. That's why we're out there on the highways and byways, because we were ordained to do so. We're not here to save anyone. Only who? Yahweh Shah HaMashiach can do that, right? He is salvation, right? So we're not out here to save anyone, but we're out here to prophesy according to the scriptures and being ordained of the Most High. If not, what? Woe unto me, right? Verse 3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Okay? It worketh patience, man, and that's really what turning the other cheek goes into. You dig? Because we're seeing all this BS, can't do nothing about it, and that's not necessarily going into the physicality of things. First and foremost, someone getting your space, hey man, back up, or you simply step back, or, you just remove yourself from the situation, because we're spiritual men, and we're working on our faith, to obtain that faith. You really, you gotta, stay productive in Yahweh Bashim Shah. Verse 4, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. And that's what we're working towards, man. And Apostle Rakab brought this out last night. That's the inspiration, for this lesson. Let me read that again. But let patience have her perfect work. We have to be patient, right? Can't, we're in this flesh. We're in captivity, man. But we're at the latter end. So call halal Yah Bashim Yasha for that. Okay. This truth isn't just, cursing out 2/3 or cursing out the so-called white man Esau, or trying to downplay women. Or no, bro, this is the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, telling y'all what's coming, telling y'all what needs to be done in order for you to have favor and a 50% chance of being saved when destruction hits this place. And if you don't acknowledge that we in World War III right now, bro, you pretty much done for, man. Okay. If you're so gung-ho on this place, hey, let this place save you then. Okay. This is I'm in James chapter 5, Salakia. All good, all good. Okay, this is James chapter 5, starting at verse 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, until the coming of Yahweh. Okay. Until the coming of Salakia, Yahweh Shah Salakia. Let me read that correctly. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of Yahweh Shah. Okay, because that lowercase is usually an indicator of Yahweh Shah, and for vast majority, when you see that lowercase, okay, that's referring to Yahweh Shah Mashiach. So I want to make that point. So Salakia for that. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. Okay, you have to have patience. Okay, That husbandman and husbandry is what? Is toiling. When you toil the ground, the earth, so that's what it's going into. You plant a seed, guess what? You ain't gonna see nothing tomorrow, bro. You have to be patient. Yeah, it's gonna be weeks on end, it's gonna be months on end. Okay. You don't want to pull it when it's too ripe. You don't want to wait till it's over. You just, when it's right, it's right. And that's what patience is going to require. When it's right, it's right. Hell, even on the left hand side, bro, the workings of the underworld, right? For crime, right? It's been known some criminals have been described as what? Very intelligent, very patient. And that's in anything. I'm just using this as an example and also as an analogy. A prime example, I ain't seen it in years, but Ocean's 11. When they were pulling that, the scam, to do what they do. So you don't go in there, okay, I'm gonna just, go in there with a gun and got the ski mask. No, no, no. No, that's very low level, man. And when you operate in the spirit, we can't operate in a low level vibration. We have to be very patient. We're not here to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Okay, you just have to be patient, man. You really have to observe what's going on. Okay. So let me read that last part again. And hath long patience for it until he received the early and latter rain. Okay. So you have to be patient in this thing, man. And that's why a lot of guys fell out too. You get emotional, you get pissed. Like, look, bro, you gotta be patient. If anything, this the time to get our shit together, myself included, first and foremost. So this is an opportunity for us to get our thing together. Okay. So utilize that patience. Verse 8, be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of Yahushua draweth nigh. Okay. Hey, Yahushua is on his way back, man. Okay. So Yahushua is on his way back, and and Jake is and these other sects are playing games, man. They're sitting here playing games as if though Yahushua Hamashiach is not coming back, and like the Most High is just chilling. No, it's not gonna work that way. Okay. Verse 9. Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Verse 10. Take, my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord. Okay. So it's letting you know, bro. So, and that also comes with, because I said lowercase is usually referring to Yahushua, but in certain instances, it's also referring to Yahweh as well, So, I just want to make that, have a good, distinction between the two, when I made mention of the lowercase, right? Okay. Because, the Most High is in control of everything. And next up, we know is Yahushua HaMashiach. And then who? Then the prophets, then the women, then the children. I just want to make things clear. Let me reread that again. Take, my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Verse 11, behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. Okay. And that's referring Salakia, and that's referring to Yahweh, So I just want to make that very clear, because usually, when you see Lord in all caps, it's usually referring to Yahweh. But I know in this instance, it's referring to Yahweh. And, of course, Yahushua, comes in the name of Yahweh, but I just want to have that clear distinction, Let me reread that again, man. Verse 11, behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that Yahweh is very pitiful and of tender mercy. Okay. But I hope this is edifying for the body. So with that, once again, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Waha Rakah Kodash Brakatham. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akiam, pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Akwat that they're listening. Shalom.